Hi guys, this is Sandra here and we're gonna do a first impressions today. And I feel a bit weird today because first of all, I haven't filmed in a while. I was on holiday for 2 weeks, but also my boyfriend is sitting upstairs, which is a bit unusual for me. So good luck to me. Also, before we start the video, let me point out that that little bit there is not a cold sore, it's a scratch. I've been at home and we had a play fight with my dad, who managed to scratch me somehow, and now it doesn't exactly look flattering. So it's not a spot, it's not a cold sore, it's just the result of a play fight. So today we're gonna do a first impressions video. While I was at home, I did a bit of shopping, you know, as you do, and I would like to try some of the products that I bought. And without further ado, let's get into it. Oh, one more thing before we start, I also have a video up already before this one where I show you the products I got, which is a bit more than what I'm going to be using today because some products I either don't want to open yet, or it's just a shower product or makeup remover, that sort of thing, so obviously I'm not going to use that now. Also, a little disclaimer, some of these products I got at work since I do work in makeup, so I didn't purchase all of them, but I will put it down in the description box below which ones I got and which ones I bought with my own money. Okay, now we can get into the tutorial. Tutorial? No, first impressions. Okay, I zoomed in a bit because we're going to start with my eyes. I do start with my eyes most of the time, and we're going to see if my new Catrice One Drop Coverage Concealer can work as an eye primer. Now this is a little liquid concealer with a little dropper, and I've never used a liquid concealer before. I didn't even know it's a thing, so we'll see. I think I'm gonna put a bit on the back of my hand and then I'm gonna apply it with a brush. I'm happy to be back. You know when you go on holiday and you love being there, but then you get back and you're quite glad that you're home again? That sort of thing. That's what I'm going through right now. Okay, I will just pat it a bit down with the beauty blender, and this is one of the Eco Tools sponges. It seems huge to me. I've never used this one before. I have another one. You know what, I think I prefer this one though. I got it in the 2-pack that came with these two, and obviously this gets a bit bigger as well once it has water in it, but I feel like this is a bit more dense than this one. I prefer this one so far, even though it's bigger. So that's another first impressions there for you. Now I'm just gonna set it with a skin colored eyeshadow, as I usually do, and it did get rid of most of my pigmentation there. Not all of it, but most of it. I feel like it gives a nice base. Maybe I shouldn't have set it, stupid me. I'm gonna apply a bit of a cream eyeshadow. To be fair, it's a bit dried up, so it will work just fine on top of this. I'm just gonna use my fingers and blend it. By the way, I'm using the Maybelline Color Tattoo in the shade On and On Bronze, and just realized I haven't used these in ages. And it's a bit dry, but it still works. It doesn't really have a smell or anything like that. It's just a bit dry, but it still has a beautiful color. And do you remember when these were all the hype on YouTube? Oh, that's been quite a minute ago, hasn't it? Now I'm gonna take a fluffy brush, if I can find one. I desperately need to clean my brushes. And I'm just gonna apply a nice warm brown shade in the crease. Oh, maybe I could have used my bronzer, never mind. This will do. See how it just makes quite a bit of difference, but it's still really natural. Alright, now because I want to give my eyes a bit more of an oomph, but also because I want to try a new product, I'm gonna use Becca's new Glow Loose Highlighter in the shade Champagne Pop on my eyelid. And I think I'm gonna take another fluffy-ish brush and apply it on top. Yes, I'm gonna take just a fluffy brush, swirl it around in a pot, and dust it on top. Ooh. Oh, I like that. It just makes my eyes a bit more gold rather than silvery and makes them a bit wet looking. You see the difference? Ooh, I like that. Okay, I mean, who doesn't like Becca when it comes to highlighters? I'm just going back with the eyeshadow I used before to define the crease a bit more. There we go. And then we can zoom out and move on to the rest of the face. I told you the eyes will be really easy. And if you watched a few of my videos before, you know I like to do mascara at the very end, so we're just gonna move on. Alright, now we can move on to the rest of the face. I'm just gonna prime quickly. Oh, if my primer comes out, there we go, with my ordinary primer. Seems like today I'm just gonna go with products that has droppers. It's not planned, I swear. It just happened. Alright, I have a new foundation to try, which is the Catrice HD Liquid Coverage Foundation. And I know quite a lot of people tried it before. None of these products are really new on the market. They are just new to me. Catrice is a brand that you can only get online in the UK. So now that I went home, I was just, you know, happily running into the drugstore, looking around, purchasing a few stuff, because that's the kind of person I am. So I'm gonna apply it with a sponge. Most of these liquid foundations I do apply with a sponge. The color match is quite good at the moment. Now this might be a bit dark in the winter. Yes, this, I'm already a bit tanned. Ooh, actually maybe a bit light. Well, compared to my chest, but we can bronze up. And this foundation is already surprising me. It's already adding me more coverage than I thought it's gonna be. So, oh, look, it almost completely got rid of my little mark. Huh, okay. I mean, I would not call it probably full coverage, but on me it's a good medium coverage at least. Okay. Okay, I'm impressed with that. I used about 3 drops, so you do use quite a bit. Well, I did anyway. But so far, I'm impressed. I'm gonna use a bit more on this side. My nose. If this stays on, oh, it has quite a strong smell. I'm pretty sure it has perfume in it, so if you're someone who's quite sensitive, then this might not be the foundation for you, because I'm sure this has perfume in it. Let me just quickly check if I can see. Oh no, it does say it should be high coverage. Okay. I don't know about high coverage, but it's definitely a good medium coverage. I can still see some discoloration like coming through, but that bit there where I had my scratch, it's definitely covered, and it did get rid of my redness. So I would say it's definitely a medium coverage. I'm not sure I agree with full coverage, but it's definitely a medium coverage. And let me see if it says it has perfume on it. I can't see the ingredients. So maybe just check it online, because I'm pretty sure that this has some perfume in it. It's so strong. It's a nice smell though, don't get me wrong, but if you're sensitive, that might bother your skin a bit. Now I'm gonna do the same with the concealer. It's called the One Drop Coverage Weightless Concealer, and it's quite the same as the foundation, just a lot smaller bottle. It's actually really cute. And I don't know of one brand who does like a liquid concealer that's liquid enough to come from a dropper. If you do, correct me, I can't think of one. I'm not too sure how to apply it. Do I go in with my beauty blender? Do I go in with the brush? Let's go in with the beauty blender first and see. Okay, that might have picked up. Oh, that picked up too much product. Okay, you don't need a lot of this. Okay, I think I picked up a bit too much, but that's my fault, not the concealers. Oh, that got rid of my darkness. Look. Okay, maybe on the other side I'm gonna try it with a brush. Usually it's this Real Techniques brush that I really like with concealers. Let's see. Now I applied a lot less on this side to start with. So I think on this side it's just a bit more natural finish, where I picked up a lot less and with a brush. Whereas on this side it's a bit more, I don't want to use the word snatched, but it is. It's just a bit more flawless and full coverage. So I might, if we already went down that route, I might just even out the other side. But so far I'm really impressed with this. I think this can be quite a good concealer on days when you don't want to wear any foundation. You just want to add a bit of concealer to your face and be done with it on a more natural day. I think that can work really well. I was not too sure what to think of a liquid concealer, but I quite like that. Okay, so far I quite like this. I'm quite impressed. I might have found a new favorite, but let's see how it lasts. To set my face, I'm gonna use a new powder, and it's the Essence All About Matte Fixing Powder. Now, you can only get Essence in the UK in Wilko's, but I don't often go there. And it's just a translucent setting powder. Not much to say about this. I used this one before, so this is not really a first impressions. I've used up a whole little pen about this, and it's really good. It does keep you matte, but you have to make sure not to apply too much, otherwise it might wash you out a bit. It's one of those translucent setting powders that's gonna leave a white cast if you go overboard. So maybe if you are going out in the night, don't apply this one or go light-handed. But otherwise it's a nice product. I've only set my T-zone, as I'm still gonna put a liquid highlight on my cheeks. But yes, I do recommend this powder. Just make sure you don't go ham with it. Just, you know, go easy and you're gonna be fine. Obviously I purchased this, so I do like it, and yeah, it's just a really nice affordable option for a mattifying powder, especially if you just want it for a day when you're working and it's not for taking photos. This is perfect. In real life it looks flawless. For liquid highlight, I'm gonna use the Becca Glow Silk Highlighter Drops. Again, it's part of their new Champagne Pop collection, and it's quite similar to the Cover FX drops, although I've only used a little sample of it quite a while ago, so that hasn't, that's been a while ago. I'm just gonna apply it with, maybe I should go in with my fingers first. Oh, that's quite natural. I like that. Let's see if we can build this up. Let's see, I'm excited. Oh. Oh, okay. Might have been a bit too much. Oh yeah, you can build it up. It looks definitely a lot more glowy than it was before. Okay, put on the Cupid's bow. And the other cheek. I feel like the best way to apply this is to pat it on with your fingers and then dab it in with a beauty blender. Especially if you want a more natural finish. You can see this line is a lot more natural than that one where we already built it up. So you can definitely build it up to as much of a high shine finish as you want. I like my highlight, I'm pretty sure you know it by now. Oop! Bless you! If you could hear my boyfriend sneezing, sorry about that. I just dabbed my beauty blender in there and put it a bit more on my cheek. Oh, I do like that. Now let's see if we can apply it on the bridge of my nose where I already powdered. Oh yeah. Yes, you can. Okay. I'm not sure how much you can see that. But it didn't bunch up or move the powder under it. It just blended on top. I'll apply a bit on my shoulders, what's left. Oh yes. Look at that. I'm feeling like Kathleen Lights. Ooh. Okay, ignore me, don't worry. I'm gonna apply a bit on my collarbones and a bit on my other shoulder too. I feel really glowy, although you can't see it, but never mind, I can. I will show you at the end if I don't forget. I will try. I really like that. Alright, I'm gonna quickly do my brows and I will be back with you. Alright, boyfriend's gone. I'm back. But yes, so far I'm really happy with my makeup. That highlighter is... it's just blowing my mind. It's beautiful. It's one of... I mean, it mostly dried down now, so it doesn't really stay tacky. But if you don't like that wet kind of glow, I'm not sure you're gonna love it. I personally love it, and also I'm gonna top it up with the powder as well, which will make it more intense. But so far, I think I would wear it even on a day when I'm just not wearing anything else. Just, you know, when you want that natural dewy finish, it's perfect for that. But now I'm gonna move on to my brows. As I said before, my boyfriend was quietly coming down the steps. And then I will be back. I will write on the screen probably what I've used. Alright, eyebrows are done, and now we're gonna move on to bronzer, and for that I'm gonna use the iconic Butter Bronzer by Physicians Formula, and this is a bronzer I have never had before. Again, Physicians Formula is quite the same as, let's say, Catrice, where you can only get it online, and you know, with the bronzer I quite like to see the shades, and I've gone for the lightest one, I think. Well, this was the lightest one we had in Hungary, I believe. It's the shade Light Bronzer. I'm pretty sure it's the lightest one they do. And the other one seemed a bit off in color. It was a bit too warm, so I went with this one. Hopefully, because since I got a bit of a tan, it's still gonna work. I haven't tried this before. Ooh, people were right. The smell is really good. Sorry, I'm getting a bit distracted. I could just smell it as I was swirling it around. Okay, it does show up still. I think it's gonna be a really natural bronzer on me, but let's see if we can build it up. Okay, it does show. Also, it goes nicely. See how it goes nicely on top of that Becca highlighter? It's still, the Becca highlighter still shows up, but it doesn't bunch up or anything like that. Now I'm gonna bronze a bit around my jawline and down my neck as well, just so I can sort of match my face to my chest, as my chest is quite a bit more tanned. As you can see, my chest is a bit more tanned than my face, so this way I can match it all up. Okay, that's quite nice. Alright, So far so good. I'm gonna add a bit there, on the other side. Could have used this in my crease as well, probably. That would have connected my eyes a bit more to my cheeks. I'm gonna apply a tiny bit on the bridge of my nose. There we go. And a bit on the bottom of my lip. Just to make it look slightly fuller than it is. The bronzer has a bit of a sheen to it, I think. Yes, it does. It's not fully matte. I mean, a lot of people use this bronzer before, so it's not like my first impressions are, you know, anything revealing, but still. Also, what surprised me, that it has a little button that you press and then it pops up. That's so cute. It's a really good touch. I really like that. And also, it comes with a sponge. I can't imagine applying my bronzer with a sponge. It just, oh, it irks me a bit. But yeah, the bronzer itself, so far I really like it. And now I'm gonna go back in with the Becca loose powder. These just launched in the UK now. They were out in the US before. Now the only thing I wish this had is a little stopper like the Hydro Mist powder they have, but it doesn't, so well, we'll see how that works out. I'm gonna just get a bit out in the lid, and then I'm gonna go in with my highlighter brush. I'm gonna swirl it in and just go back on my cheeks, and it's strong. Let me get more brush. Also, the brush I'm using is from Becca as well. It's the angled highlighter brush. I already talked about this before in my favorite brushes video, and I think even in my favorites. I love this brush. Okay. In real life, this definitely looks a lot more like an actual powder highlight, whereas that side is quite natural. It just looks like dewy. So depending on what look you're going for, you know, this will be a lot more obvious. I'm not sure on camera how much it comes through. They just both look really shiny in the viewfinder to me, but in real life this is definitely a more made up look, whereas just the drops are a lot more natural. So if you want to go for a really natural look, I would say you will love the drops, but I feel like with the powder on top, it's just a bit more of like a, well, that could be like your night out look. Also, with liquid, you don't really enhance any texture that you might have on your cheek. It just blends in quite nicely, whereas I feel the powder can enhance a bit any texture or bump that you might have on your cheek. With that being said though, it is still stunning. I just can't help it. There's something about glowy skin that just makes me really happy, and it's so pretty. I'm going to use a little bit again on the Cupid's bow, and I'm going to take some on a small brush. Ah, we found one, so I'm going to just take some on a small brush as well and add it in the inner corner. Now this is definitely a highlighter that's going to last you for forever. There's so much in that pot, and you only need the smallest bit. You don't need a lot at all. I'm going to show you how much product is in here. 15 grams, which might not sound like a lot, but if you look at that pot, that's giant. I'm pretty sure it's the same size as, like, let's say the Hydro Mist, exactly the same size. And does this come in 15 grams? This is only 10 grams, so you actually get more in the highlighter than in the Hydro Mist powder. That's crazy. But oh my god, this is beautiful. Now if you're someone who loves champagne pop, you will definitely love this collection. It's beautiful. Just grab it before it's gone, because I'm pretty sure this will be a huge hit. I think loose highlighters are just started to come out to the market lately. Not many people do them. I know Artist Couture as a brand has some, but other than that, I don't think they are that popular just yet. Actually, I'm gonna grab a bit more before I put it away, and I'm gonna apply a bit on my brow bone just to tie it all together. And just to tie my look a bit more together, I might go over my crease with the bronzer. I'm looking down because I'm trying to find it. Oh, there it is. I found it. Finally. I feel like I need to get back into this, so I'm a bit all over the place. Okay. And now I know why some people go through that quickly, this bronzer in their project pens. When I dip in a smaller brush, it gets quite powdery, and also bear in mind, this is the first time I used it. I'm already wearing away the pattern a bit there. I'm not sure how much you're going to be able to see it on the camera. But I'm definitely already wearing it away there. So we'll see. I do like it, but oh, that glow, I just can't get over it. I'm sorry. I'm going to use my favorite mascara, which is the Too Faced Best in Sex. I just love this mascara. I mean, can we just look at that difference? How it already opened up my eyes, and it's just one coat. Crazy. Alright, and now I have only one thing left to try, which is a nude eyeliner. This is the Isadora Inliner Kajal. I'm always in trouble with this word. I'm pretty sure it's English is not my first language. Please excuse me, but it's just a nude eyeliner. I haven't had any, and I wanted to try something from Isadora for quite a while now. Yeah, Isadora is cruelty free. They had loads of nice things, but mostly it was highlighters and eyeshadows and bronzers that I quite like, but those products I already have. And I needed a new nude eyeliner. That was hard to say. So I thought this is worth a try. Let me just find a little mirror. Maybe I can use the one in the bronzer. It actually has a nice mirror in the back of it, so the sponge irks me, but it has a nice size mirror in there. And let's see how this works. Oh, lately, I don't know why my eyes get really irritated when I use pencils on them. I think because I'm not that used to it anymore. I used to use pencils all the time, and I rarely do it. Okay, that did brighten a little bit. It would help if my eye wouldn't water, I have to say. Oh, I just broke myself. Oh, that was stupid. Okay, that is quite nice. It does brighten a bit. My eye just needs to stop watering. But that's it. Okay, what do you think? Now again, everything has been on the market for quite a long time now. I haven't heard many people talking about the Catrice concealer, which I really like. It's still in place. I mean, I've set it, but still it's in place. I really like it so far. It seems like quite a high coverage concealer, and I think I got the lightest shade. That's the only thing with Catrice, though. Their shade range is quite shitty. I'm sorry for swearing, but there's no nice way to put this. Their shade range is just... They have like 4 shades of foundation and maybe 4 shades of concealer. So, you know, in the grand scheme of things, that's not really great, especially in the light of all the drama with brands like Tarte or even Beauty Blender. But at the same time, I do know that Catrice is not exactly in the same budget. Well, I don't know actually how much money they have for, let's say, you know, product development, but obviously they are a drugstore brand. But then again, you have brands like Maybelline who are killing it. Well, I haven't actually bought anything from Maybelline or L'Oreal in a while, so I don't know, but they have a lot more shades, so Catrice, get it together. But the products themselves are really good. It's just the shade range that could use a bit more work. Other than that, I think everything has been out. No, the Becca products are new, so hopefully not that one. All these droppers, there you go. So hopefully these mini reviews were helpful for you and that you could see how they apply. Let me know in the comments below what you think, and I will hopefully see you in my next video. And if you liked it, please give it a like and subscribe, and I will see you hopefully soon. Bye bye, have a lovely day. You're right.
You want to come down?
You know you can talk.
Okay. Hey YouTube.